What's up, YouTube? Adam Grover coming back at you with another video. Um, Told you guys I would give you updates on this car as I went along and did it. So here's an update. Got the Mega Squirt all wired up in the car. So it works with the key now. That's exciting. So computer says offline. Plugged in. And now it's online. So, cool feature about this that I didn't know it had. Go into the basic settings. This is all your basic settings on this. Mind you, I'm still learning this stuff myself. However, I'll share what I've learned. Some of this still might need to be played with. Like, I have no idea what this is here. You can click the little question mark and it'll explain it. But engine size in cc's, injector size each in cc's, so that stuff I already updated. Firing order, this one's pretty cool. You can make the firing order pretty much whatever you want. So that way, if you got coils mounted a certain way, you know, you figure out what coil is A, which one's B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. 8 coils. And then if you got more cylinders, you know, or less. So, with this was a pretty big deal because my coils are mounted in the cowl panel, and I left the wires long, not knowing if I could do exactly what I just showed you guys. Because if I had to, if I was stuck with the LS firing order, I was going to manipulate it with the spark plug wires. So that's why they're a little long. That's why it's got a little loop right here in that area. But all the wires are tied up. Got that done. Let me shut this key off. Pretty exciting stuff that it's wired. Anyhow, I got everything for the fuel system. Should be tight, minus the regulator that's not hooked up yet. I gotta order some fittings for that, so I'm gonna order those probably actually later today, hopefully. I'm gonna get some ground straps because the starter just clicks when I turn the key, so I'm hoping it's a ground issue. Could be a bad starter, could even be a bad solenoid. Stuff's pretty old, so who knows. And it's been sitting, so who knows. I'll figure it out when I get there. What I was messing with tonight is my crank trigger wheel. This is a 36-to-1 wheel. Now I made this nice pretty bracket, had it all nice and together. Now the problem with this is when I made it, I had the wheel clocked where this open tooth right here, let me see if I can get some light. This right here, I had it clocked over here because I thought that this was top dead center, and I thought wrong. So the sensor is in the wrong spot. They want this sensor on tooth 9, and I'm on tooth 8. So I got to make another bracket. Not that big of a deal. However, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this bolt, because it's a pretty long bolt. So I'm unsure exactly how I'm going to make this, or execute it, rather. I have an idea, but something I have to do. So I'll probably do that this weekend. Everything here is wired. The MSD is wired. The cam sync sensor for the crank is wired. Oil pressure sensor is wired. I had to extend this wiring, which it is tight, but works because of what harness and stuff I ended up with. I didn't want harnesses plugged into harnesses and all that. So I did this where I think I had a harness or something and it reached just barely. So I sent it. That's why I'm not cutting stuff up and, all that good stuff. Oil feed's hooked up. I got to do the oil drain still, so I got to order a bung for that and weld it in the pan. There's also another way to do that. You can punch a hole in the side of the pan and tap it and just screw a fitting in it. However, I'm going to punch a hole in the side of the pan and just weld a bung in it and do it that way. So I got to order that bung. This charge pipe has to be gone over and a couple spots patched up in it if it can. If not, I got to make a new charge pipe, which I'm not even worried about that at the moment. Realistically, at this time, I just want to hear the car fire and then go from there. There's still a lot that needs to be done. I have to do all the vacuum lines, hook the wideband up. I actually have to wire my O2 sensor into the wideband for the Mega Squirt. And then it's just a bunch of stupid stuff. I got to tap this sensor here for the elbow. Then I'm going to put this like right there. This is my intake air temperature sensor. So I got to get a tap for that. Drill it, tap it. Wires are all tied up. Trying to think of all the crap that I did. I think that's pretty much it. So, yeah, there's your update. Hopefully I can get a lot of crap done this weekend. That crank thing, crank sensor bracket, the oil drain, figure out why the starter isn't starting. And if I get the starter where it cranks, I think I could probably... and I gotta do the fuel regulator, set fuel pressure, hook the gauge up. Where is my gauge? Gotta find my fuel pressure gauge. Gotta be here somewhere. Anyway, set fuel pressure, make sure no leaks, all that good fun stuff. As long as it cranks over, realistically, it could probably run. Not well, but could probably run. And then hopefully my O2 sensor is good. If not, I'll probably have to order one of those and replace it. And I probably have to wire up my wideband again, because I would like to also use my wideband, just because it's already in the car and I just want it to work. Because that wideband that's in the car actually data logs, so I could take that and hook it up through the Mega Squirt Megasquirt gives you a couple options, if I remember right, to select what wideband you have, and then it calibrates to that wideband sensor. So I gotta hook that up, and then after all the other crap's done, I guess take it and get it tuned or start tuning it. But right now, I just want to get it running. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna try to get this bracket done. Like I said, the bracket, the drain, the fittings for the regulator. I get that stuff done this weekend, and I'm gonna try to get this thing to fire up. So hopefully, either this weekend or next weekend, hopefully this thing's running. Hopefully. So I still gotta sync the cam sync. I got the instructions for that somewhere around here, because I never used this style cam sync before. So they said something about a red light, and there is a red light. So hopefully that's good. But yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. So I think I babbled on enough. Pretty straight to the point, hopefully. Hopefully you guys aren't having trouble understanding me, because I'm tired. I worked. Got home from work. I've been spending like an hour on this car every day this week after work, which I get home from work about 5:30 in the morning, and work out here till 6:30, then go to bed, and I'm back up around noontime. That's if my son doesn't wake me up beforehand. So there it is, guys. There's the update on the Green Gangster. And hopefully 2026 this thing will be out back at the track. That's the goal. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for having interest in this thing. It definitely is motivating, having all the people that have had message me, and I actually didn't think that many people cared to see this car running again, to be honest, but evidently there's quite a few. So I've had people reach out to me asking me questions. Is that the green car? That's your green Mustang? And get a kick out of it. So there it is. Doesn't look like much, but hopefully she'll do what I want her to do. Well, I'm going to get in, call it a night or day, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to get some rest before I go into work. So, thank you guys for watching. If you're new, want to like and subscribe, it's appreciated. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.